Hi, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. I know it's been a while since the last episode, and there's quite a few things happening around us. But then again, I wanted to make a new episode with probably our most special guest yet. And you might be listening on Spotify or you might be watching this on YouTube. But I really hope that you enjoy the next few minutes in this episode. So I asked you guys on Instagram and via my personal account questions you've always wanted to ask your parents. And I just have the perfect person to give you perspectives on your questions. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our very special guest for today. It's Dennis Padilla. Hindi, joke ay, ulit. Let's all welcome my dad. Yay! He bought coffee with him and thank you, Julian, for the coffee kasi siya yung gumawa. So, ano di mo sabi mo? Bumati ka
Yeah,
muna.
hi guys. I'm Jay, my daughter Jasmine. No, so I like to thank you for having me here. And
Artista ka,
oo
Gor.
naman, di ba? Oh,
Bakit hindi? Bakit ba muna kita in-invite?
hindi ko alam.
Hindi, ano bang,
Hindi,
ano
yeah.
bang special occasion meron?
Well, other than Easter, yeah, today is the Easter season.
And,
And what?
and what? It's your,
Ha? Kailangan pa ba sabihin yun? Yeah. Okay.
it's my dad's birthday.
Yeah.
Sabihin lang natin. Hindi na natin. Pero baka makakakuha din kayo idea sa title. So, figure out yun na lang.
Yeah. This is my second birthday. Second birthday na ECQ.
Actually, so yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe and I hope you're going to enjoy this episode with us. Okay guys, so if you don't know yet and if you haven't met my dad, yung kadaldalan ko is just a third of how much he talks so much. So, you know na kung gaano kahaba to magiging podcast na to. So again, I asked you guys via my Instagram account and also my personal account on questions you've always wanted to ask your parents. So here's my dad to answer those questions for you. So some of you also sent your greetings, so we're going to read them later. But for now, I am going to mention some of the questions. So di pahirap to ng pahirap.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I'll try to answer all your questions. Yeah, as honest as I can.
so some are addressed to you, and some are addressed to somehow give my friends, my listeners, a perspective on the questions. So it's
Okay.
like in general parenting. Ganun. So
Okay.
depende pa rin talaga. But yun, iba-iba yung question. So start muna tayo with mga madadali lang.
Okay, sige. Yeah. Kaya sagutin niya. Madali.
Okay. Wait lang.
Akala ko madali.
Wala
Wala
pa.
pa. Okay.
Wala pa. Okay. So, eto. What's the best approach to maturity?
Okay, thank you for that wonderful
Akala
question.
mo naman.
No. Best approach to maturity. Well, for one, you have to make mistakes. Okay. Making mistakes would make you mature enough to really learn from it. But I always say it is still best to learn from others' mistakes rather than your mistakes. Kasi pagka natawagdaanan ng ibang tao,
Hindi
eh,
mo na pagdadaan.
hindi mo na kailangan pagdaanan. No? Napaka, ano mo naman nun, kung alam mo na yung nangyari, gagawin mo pa. No? So, maybe that's my best answer would be, yeah. You have to make your own mistakes.
Meron bang limit on making mistakes? I mean, like, meron bang point where you realize na parang, I don't want to, parang sasabihin mo na, I'm making the same mistakes ng sobrang daming beses na.
Ayun lang ang problema doon. You don't have to make the same mistakes all over again. You have to learn from the first pa lang. Actually. No?
Pero may iba
Ah,
kasi 'di ba, na parang hanggang sa alam mo 'yun, yung iba talaga na hindi nila natututunan 'yun agad. So parang we have to respect their pace din, na parang alam mo 'yun. Kasi
yeah.
there's a lot of things na nagfa-factor in din dun sa learning ng tao, 'di ba? So for example, I'm fortunate enough to have parents with me na parang to guide me, 'di ba? And some don't have that kind of privilege. So parang medyo mahirap din for them, 'di ba, to learn. So I guess siguro add ko na lang din reading books, 'di ba? It helps.
Yeah. Maybe at this point, mas marami ako natutunan if you will really read the book of life. So what I mean is the Bible. So you will learn a lot from the Bible. Not only the stories inside the Bible, but you know some of those that will really strike to have your own reflections on knowing what to do moving forward. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, next question. Um, bakit po ganun yung name ni Josh? God bless. Thank you and happy
Uh,
birthday.
okay. Thank you sa nagtanong, binati ako. Well, bakit ganon ang name mo? Your name is
Okay.
Jasmine with an H.
Smarte parents ko, guys.
Alright, and Gwyneth, no? Okay, Jasmine, at that point, when you were born, uso nun yung Aladdin. Okay? Princess, Princess Jasmine. Okay, then Gwyneth, it is being derived from uh, the Holy Mother, no? So, Mother Mary. So, being a queen. Okay? So,
May iba ba? May iba pang kayong pinagpipilian nun na title? I mean,
hindi, wag
name.
na. Meron, no? Nung lumabas kasi, uso din nung time na yun, yung I don't know
Di
guys if
nila
you
alam
know,
yon. Wala yon. Mga
I don't,
panahon mo yon.
I don't know guys if you know, if di ko alam kung meron pa noon, no? Yung small pizza, Jiminy Pizza, no? Munti ka na maging yun ang pangalan mo, Jiminy. Pero buti na lang, hindi.
Kasi,
Yeah. Ngayon, buti na lang, hindi.
okay, okay.
So you have to be thankful of your name.
Actually, I was insecure about it at first. Kasi
Yeah.
parang, sabi ko, ang weird ng name ko. It's not like I can have my name on ready-made pens or mugs. Parang gano'n. It's not that common. Especially may H. I mean, ang arte lang talaga ng parents ko. Yun naman ang sabi ko. But then, somehow, as I grow older, mas na-appreciate ko siya. Kasi parang, oo nga, no? Parang wala akong katulad na name. Pag sa-search mo sa mga ganito, gano'n. Parang, ayun lang. So, hindi ako nagkukulang sa mga username, sa mga social
Yeah.
media, gano'n. So, at least, that's my advantage. Okay, next question. May bumate, sabi, miss you, Tito. Hope to see you soon. Here's my question. Growing up, who inspired you the most?
Growing up, who inspired me the most? Uh, Hindi ko alam kung sino yung nagtanong, well, a lot of people inspired me. No? A lot of people would mean, of course, my parents. Okay? Um, my kuya, my ate at that point because I always look up to them. Uh, Second, parents. Yeah, I was really amazed and inspired by teachers, professors that I had, and some friends. No? Noong time na yun kasi wala pang social media,
Or mga
Yeah, so
following, ganun.
I really didn't know people that, yung mga source of inspiration yung ngayon mga kabataan of a vlogger or I don't know. Dati ang author lang kami, no, na yung mga hindi namin kilala. If we read their book and then we're inspired with the book, yeah, the author would, have that personal relationship with us somehow, maybe in your term right now, virtually, some sort of inspiration. Uh, Maybe that would be my answer. The most, yeah, I would
The
still
most, meron ba
say,
isa?
yeah, I would still say siguro my parents at that point.
Parent. Okay, yun lang. So at least you answered the question. What advice would you give to your 21-year-old self?
Sabi mo, madali lang.
Siyempre, thank you for that wonderful.
Okay. Thanks again for that wonderful question. What would I say to my
So,
20-year...
imagine mo, like,
Okay,
nasa harap mo
paki-explain.
yung 21-year-old self mo, and you're talking to him from the age na you're in right now.
Maybe I would say, never quit, keep moving forward.
Sabi naman, very
Oh,
quotable quotes naman.
yeah, I mean, at that point in time when I was 21, no, uh, just like I said, no, I made my own mistakes. Okay, a lot of those were really a life-changing mistakes sometimes. Well, I've learned a lot from those. But you would say, you know, dumadating ka na sa punto na gano'n na parang gusto mo sumuko, gusto mo huminto.
Yeah. True. Lalo na ngayon, ang hirap
Di
na
ba?
kaya mabuhay ngayon.
Di ba? Siguro at that point, 21 years old, yeah, maybe too early to say na, but ang hirap ng buhay, no? If you would say, guys, no, the younger people right now, nahihirap ang buhay, try to imagine kami din noon, and I was really imagining nung panahon ng parents ko, no, that at that point in time, it was war. Okay, World War II, and
Yeah.
then, kami noon, ang problema lang namin was maybe Asian crisis at that point. Then now, well, ito yun. No? Well, in each generation, I would say, there's some level of difficulties. So, maybe that's the one thing that I would like to say. Siguro para makarating pa rin ako sa where I am right now is, never quit, keep moving forward, and then love what you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love what you do. Gusto ko yun. Kasi parang mas nabibigyan ka ng reason kung bakit ka mag-move forward, di ba? Kasi alam mo kung ano yung purpose mo, siguro ganun.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like marami din kasi sa mga ka-age ko, hindi nila alam kung ano yung purpose nila or hindi nila alam yung mission nila in life. And so, they're easily led astray. So, parang, I'm very fortunate din na parang I get to like decide, parang discern kung ano talaga yung purpose ko. Parang ganun. At this point in my life. And I think yun din nagiging driving force ko with everything that I do, parang lahat naka-root dun sa purpose ko, ganun. So yun, siguro yun din,
Okay.
mabibigay kong input na parang as soon as possible, better if ma-discern mo kung ano yung mission mo, yung purpose mo, and kung bakit ka ba talaga nandito. Di ba? Kasi parang I read this book and it's really wonderful. It's called Off Balance. And then, ang sabi niya na parang God put us here because He want us to be the best version of ourselves. So parang whatever we go through, parang ganun. It's always has to be whether or not does it make us a better person.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
parang kahit trials, 'di ba? Kahit sobrang mahihirap na mga bagay, yung mga point na mag-quit ka na ganun. It would always somehow make sense in the end and contribute to who you are and who you're going to be eventually. So yeah, I think yun talaga. Mahirap mabuhay, pero you really have to just push through, magpahinga kung kailangan, pero never mag-quit.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks
Teka
for
lang,
that.
ako pwede magtanong?
Ba?
Yeah.
Napabaliktad.
Oo naman.
Ah,
Hindi,
sige.
nabanggit mo kasi yung purpose eh.
Ah, sige.
Okay, how would one at your age or maybe your friends would really discern knowing your purpose?
Parang naman mas mahihirap yung mga bakit may
And then
paano?
I
Pero
would
hindi,
like to know
gets,
kasi,
gets, gets.
I know how and what, my purpose is, and pinagdaanan ko yung stage na yun, na na-discover ko yung purpose. No? So, let's do at the perspective of young people like you, that would really say that now your purpose in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ako siguro bilang in my 20s, sobrang din kasi, sobrang especially ngayong pandemic, di ba? We should be like going out, trying out new things, ganon, experiencing new things. So parang ako, actually, I feel like the quarantine was like a blessing in disguise for me. Kasi parang na-recalibrate ko yung life ko and nalaman ko kung ano ba talaga yung nagmamatter sa akin, ganon. Nalaman ko kung ano ba talaga yung gusto ko in life. Like when everything's just out of your house and whenever I go to the mall, na-realize ko na sobrang dami palang bagay na hindi ko naman kailangan. Di ba? Parang ngayon nandito ka lang sa bahay na nalaman mo na, ito lang talaga yung kailangan ko para mabuhay. Ganon. So So to answer the question, I think it's just really to mention din earlier about how don't be afraid to make mistakes. Kasi doon mo din nalalaman eh. Parang ako, this podcasting thing, I feel like isa din to sa mga platform for me to be able to talk about and advocate for the things that actually matter to me. So parang ngayon na I'm doing this, trying out new things, ganun. Siguro don't be afraid to make mistakes. And eventually, along the way, you're going to realize na, okay, this is where my heart is. And where my heart is parang dun ko most natutulungan yung ibang tao. Parang ganun. Yun, siguro doon ko nalaman yung purpose ko. And alam ko naman na marami akong roles sa life. So, I'm doing my best every day to be the best person, to be in that role. Parang ganun. So yun, don't be afraid lang talaga to try out. Make mistakes, okay lang. Fail, okay lang. But eventually, all of these would contribute to who you're going to be. So yun.
Hindi, nasagot mo. Ako nagtanong. No, yeah, seriously, I've captured two things there. Okay, one is what is important to you. You have to know what's important to you. Yeah, that's like what you said. And of course, related to that's what matters most. And I captured what you said that, uh, what I mean, where
Kung,
your passion is. Nasaan
yeah,
yung gusto mo, and never be afraid of doing what you want. To
true.
know your purpose.
Kasi parang wala namang one size fits all eh. Ang success hindi naman siya parang pare-pareho for all of us. So
Yeah,
it's important na
yeah,
you get to define what your success
yeah.
is. I mean, some people are just fine with living in a farm. At the end of the day, masaya sila. So parang you don't have to compare your own success to other people kasi iba naman talaga
Yeah,
yun. So
yeah.
parang doing your purpose for the rest of your life, that's how you're going to know na you're actually successful in life. It starts with knowing what matters to you the most. So yun lang. Ben, napahaba na naman. Dapat hindi
Oo,
ako
kasi yung success,
ini-interview.
next podcast na yung success.
Okay, next question. Am I your ideal daughter? Sabi mo ba?
Hirap sagutin, no?
Ay, grabe, nahirapan.
Yes.
Nakakainis.
Okay?
Yes
Yes.
naman. Why?
I know,
Why?
I mean, ba't may why?
Ay, nakalagay eh.
Okay,
Nakalagay.
okay. It's really up to you. How would you really define ideal?
Yeah.
Right?
In anything.
I mean, sa totoo lang, I have no choice, I would say.
Yeah,
Really,
alis na
honestly,
ako dito.
I'm sorry. No. I mean, having a child, you have no choice. Okay? Pahiram lang sa iyo yan. No? You're a God-given gift to us that, that we have to live. I mean, we have to do everything to make you live to the best person that you can be.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, uh, what's more ideal and what's more perfect than a gift from Him? Ganun ko lang titingnan yan. So,
True.
I don't think
Iyak
that there
na ako,
would
guys.
be.
Maiyakang naganap. Okay. Next question. Most important life lesson or most important lesson in life so
Pahirap
far?
na nga ng pahirap ah.
Diba? I told
Hmm.
you.
Most, sorry.
Important lesson in life so far.
Okay, I've been living with this principle. Right? You can never go wrong in doing something good. Okay?
True.
But I always think as well that bad things happen to good people. So, if you're doing good, there's nothing will go wrong. Yes, agree. But if something goes bad or went bad,
Even if you're doing
even you're
good.
doing good, okay, well, it happens. It will happen. Okay? Ngayon, ang tanong lang dun, bakit? No? Okay.
Yeah. That's a
Isa
really
lang,
valid
yan.
question,
Isa lang,
actually.
tatanungin mo sarili mo, di ba? Bakit? Okay? But sometimes, walang sagot. Walang rational na sagot sa'yo. Sa kanya meron. Yun yung alamin mo.
Yeah.
Because it is always that sometimes May mga bagay-bagay na nangyayari, hindi mo naman alam kung bakit nangyayari. Right? Even this pandemic that we're having.
True.
A lot of people will say, bakit? No? Diyos ko, bakit nangyayari sa amin ito? But then again, is it really for you to answer? We're good.
Mababaliw ka kung
Diba?
tatry mong
But then
sagutin.
again, the thing is, you still have to do everything good.
Even then. Yeah.
Even at the situation where you are. Even the situation we're in, akala mo, napakasama na ng sitwasyon mo. Okay? Sa totoo lang naman, hindi lang naman masama ang sitwasyon mo. Nasa disposition mo yun. It's your
Wow.
perspective of where you are right now. So, I mean, siguro
Yeah,
ganun
true.
lang. I mean, you can never go wrong in doing something good. Okay?
Actually, I just want to latch on what you said earlier na parang, hindi yun kung nasaan ka, it's about your disposition. I mentioned earlier, di ba, about how I feel like the quarantine is like a blessing in disguise for me. Especially na I'm studying college, just parang I feel restless all the time. There was actually a time when I thought na parang I just want to stop. Like, alam mo yun,
Mhm.
parang the world just stopped for you. And Lord, pinatagal mo naman. Masyado ka naman magbigay ng blessing, di ba? Pinatagal talaga niya ng mga taon. So parang sabi ko, well, I mean, you just really have to change your perspective
Yeah.
every now and
Yeah.
then and just see problems coming to you na parang there's always just something that you're going to learn with what you're faced with. But yeah, yung ganun talaga. I mean, we just really have to go through everything and expect na in the end, it's just going to make sense,
Yeah.
diba? So, may mga bagay talaga na kahit ngayon, di nag-make sense. But eventually, you were going to say na parang buti na lang, I chose to go through all of them. Next is,
Marami-rami na yan, ha?
ito, what if I won't be able to raise my children well ever cross your mind?
Well,
Did you have that kind of anxiety?
in a way, yes. Yeah, yes and no. Alright. Yes and no. Okay, sige, sagutin muna natin yung yes, no. Okay. Yes, I thought of it Okay.
Mm.
a lot of times. Okay. Sabi nga, hindi naman yung problema lang palagi nandyan, no? Pero problems will always be there. Okay. And then, things will happen not according to your plan sometimes. But, I would always siguro take it positively na makakaraos din. Okay? Na kailangan kong gawin ito, I have to do everything for me to raise my children well. Whatever it takes. Even doing sacrifice. Even not being there physically. You may be working abroad or working somewhere else.
Pero you never considered that. I mean, you had opportunities before, di ba? Na
Yeah.
parang, you were parang given an opportunity na parang for a higher pay, ganun. Tapos,
Yes. So, yun. I
mas
mean,
pipiliin
gusto ko
mo na
yun. Mas
everyday
pipiliin ko na
na
yun.
nakakauwi ka,
Yeah.
ganun. The next question is, ever regret having children?
No?
Kasi, why?
No. It's all my plan. And I
May
think it's
plan,
all,
nasunod ba yung plano?
yeah. It's all my plan and I don't know. It's not right for me to say that it's all my plan, but I think it's God's plan as well. Na pinagkaloob kayo sa amin, ano? So I didn't regret having children because I love children. I love kids. But so yun. So,
Hindi naman. Hindi mo naman
No.
regret na magkaroon ka ng ganito ka-cute na anak.
No. Definitely hindi.
Okay. Next question. This is kind of weird. I don't know how you're going to answer this.
Yes, sir.
What comes into your mind when your daughter gets her first period? Like, what was your impression when you knew na parang I had my first period?
Well, alam ko naman darating yun. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
I mean,
Si Mami
inevitable
talaga
yun.
yung tumulong sa akin ng mga time na yun.
That's inevitable. It
Wala
will
ka
happen.
bang wala ka bang like, parang, hala, ang tanda ko na, ganun. Wala naman.
Sige, push mo pa.
Ay,
No,
sige,
I don't know.
sige.
Maybe this.
Wala
siguro.
naman. Yeah. Okay. Pero yun, si mom talaga yung nagtulong sa akin during those first days. And I was really frustrated. Kasi
Okay.
parang hindi ko alam kung, oh my God, what's happening to my body? Ganun.
Okay.
Tapos parang tinago ko pa yung mga parang trails noon dati kasi sobrang scared ako.
But
Ayun lang.
you've learned that from school, di ba? Sinasabi sa inyo
Yeah,
school.
pero kasi iba talaga when it happens actually. So parang hindi ko alam talaga kung anong
So,
gagawin
hindi
ko.
rin tinuro sa inyo na natatalong ka ng dalawang baitang,
Si
gano'n.
mama yung
Oh,
nagturo sa
oh,
ginawa ko yun. So,
narinig ko lang yan.
ginawa ko din yun para daw ano daw, maikli lang daw.
Okay.
Yung mga
Buti di ka
rituals.
nahulog sa dalawang baitang.
Hindi naman. Okay, next question. Um, was there ever a time you felt like you failed as a parent? Why or why not?
Yes and no. The answer is still yes and no. Yes, I've thought of that. Yes, it happened. Yes, but but the thing is, I will still say no kasi it's not at that point in time that you felt that you failed your kid. Eh, hindi ka naman dapat huminto dun eh. Sabi ko nga
True.
kanina, di ba? If I would say to my 21-year-old self, okay, never quit, keep moving forward. No? So if ever you felt something of a failure that you did or something that hindi mo nga nagawa, kaya ka nag-fail, it's really up to you to move forward. Okay? If I ever felt that, yes, ang mas importante siguro ano na
What
ginawa
you
ko
did
after.
after. Yeah.
Diba? Siguro yun na lang din yun.
Saka feel ko regardless if you're a parent, you really have to forgive yourself of your failures. So
Yeah.
parang, hindi ka naman perfecto eh. I mean, you don't figure this parenting parang the first the first time you did it na parang it always just has to be right, di
Yeah.
ba? I feel like it's still regardless what your role is, like a parent, a daughter, or a friend, di ba? You're always just going to fail in that as your role in that
Yeah.
relationship. But then it always has to start with yun nga, forgiving yourself and knowing na alam mo yun, part yun ng relationship, di ba? So, yan, ganun
Pabalik
lang
ko yung tanong.
masasabi. Okay guys, alis na ako.
Hindi, balik ko yung, di ba? Maybe, balik ko yung tanong. Do
Uh,
you ever felt that I failed you?
yeah, I could baliktad.
Hindi kaya nga. Did you ever felt you as my daughter
That I
that
failed
I
you.
no that I failed you?
Ah, parang hindi naman, I guess. Kasi parang I've always been in this position where parang I'm fortunate enough to have my parents with me. Ganun.
Okay.
So,
Nice to know.
parang, um, siguro as I grow old na din, I realized na parang, syempre we put our parents into this kind of platform or pedestal, di ba, na parang, ay, they always have to be right, ganun, they always have to do the right things, tapos kung anong gagawin nila, yun yung tama para sa aming kids, di ba? So, I feel like, apart from that platform na we put our parents in, I feel like growing old, I just know na parang you're not a perfect dad. Okay, next question. Greatest career decision and why?
Greatest career decision, good or bad?
Yung siguro yung pinaka-pivotal na ano.
Okay,
Na,
I'll
na,
give
na,
you maybe a one good and one bad. Okay,
okay.
maybe greatest career decision of good. Uh, when I joined an oil company, that would be the greatest career decision that I made. Bad when I joined this oil company.
This particular
Okay. No,
company,
I mean
yeah.
that just to mention, but it's not the company. I mean, yeah, I
Yung
have to correct that.
environment.
It's not maybe yeah, I could say contributory, yeah, the environment because I have to quit that job. Okay, because that job is killing me.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe that's
Yun yung,
in a career perspective, it may be bad,
yeah.
but in the personal perspective, it went great.
Okay. Pero, ano, advice mo na lang sa mga, kunwari, people who want to probably shift into a different career? Or
Mhm.
when do you know na it's killing you? Or like, when do you know na you have to stop na and you have to shift into another career?
Okay, just
Parang
to siguro mention na lang ako ng ilang points, no?
ganun.
Okay, one, if you're no longer spending quality time with your loved ones, no? Pag kinaagaw na ng trabaho mo yung oras, okay, one.
Your life?
Yeah, your life, right? Second would be your health.
Yeah,
Okay?
health is
Lahat na
really
ng sakit, no,
important.
nakukuha mo na, no? Mula sa,
Parang alam ko na kung
uh,
isang company 'to.
wala mo,
Parang naalala ko
wala
na.
mo na
Wala na
babanggitin. Okay,
mabanggitan.
okay. So, yun, no? So, yeah, your health, okay? Diyan mo, you're sacrificing yourself already. And siguro, ang life turning sa akin at that point, when I felt in a Sunday afternoon, I'm feeling distressed already that Monday is coming.
Yeah, hindi ka excited for work. You're not excited
It's
for
not
work.
excitement. No? It's starting to kill me.
You
No?
dread.
Yeah, yung stress level was there, and then that maybe that's the
And you're
turning
not
point again.
happy. I mean, at the end of the day, you should be doing what you love. Parang ganun. But sometimes it's not as easy as saying, like, doing what you love. I feel like it's also going back to the point earlier about knowing if whatever you do serves what matters to you the most. So parang knowing where your priorities are.
Yeah,
And kapag yung mga ginagawa mo every day, whatever that is it aligned to what matters to you the most or what you prioritize? I think malaking factor din yan. So yeah, ayun din. Okay, eto. Hindi to galing sa akin Hindi to galing sa
oh,
akin.
sige daw.
Kailan po pwede mag-boyfriend si Josh?
Bahala siya.
Bakit?
Yeah, bahala siya. It's not for me to say when.
Kailan ba kayo naging mag-boyfriend ni
Okay.
Ma'am?
It's still iba pa din 'yun. Okay?
Ay, hindi ba?
Okay?
Kwento mo
Hindi kasi kung
naman.
ibabalik ko kasi, yung mga lola-lola namin, no, 16 years old, no, nagbo-boyfriend, girlfriend na. Kasi kailangan nila, gera, no, kukunti tao, kailangan dumami.
Bagay.
Right? O sa panahon ngayon, hindi ko alam kung paano yung norm. Right? But I have certain conditions
Ay,
kung
wag
kailan
na.
ka pwede mag-boyfriend o mag-girlfriend. Alam mo na yun, anak. Huwag na natin. Sasabihin ko ba?
Sige.
No. Ikaw
Okay,
na mag-share nun. Oo.
in relation to that question, may nagtanong,
Oo.
pwede po ba umakyat ng ligaw? Ha,
Eh,
ha, ha. Hindi
okay.
ako nagtanong
Ah.
niya na.
Everyone is welcome umakyat ng ligaw kay Jasmine.
So, anong sasagot mo sa tanong?
Ha?
Anong
Hindi,
masasagot
mas
mo?
gusto ko yung seriously, I mean, mas gusto ko yung nakikita ko yung nanliligaw.
Paano pag may kumatok dyan ngayon?
Kasi ganito yun, anak. I mean, it's as a parent, we would really love to know who would you like to be with.
May
Even on the
point
onset.
naman.
Di ba? I mean, nakita mo man lang yung pagmumukha niya.
True, yeah. You have to
Ang
parang make
hirap
ligaw
naman,
to the
oo
parents
naman.
din
Hindi
and the
naman actually
family.
na, nanligaw yung parents, no? Hindi naman ganun. You know, at least you have that feel that di ba, na umakit ng ligaw, ay, tao pala siya.
Kami naman, tao.
Ayan. Di
Okay.
ba? I mean,
Yes.
di ba? Kasi ang hirap naman nung sa
Kasi
Instagram
virtual
ka
na yung di
virtual.
ba? Yeah.
Yun lang yan, ngayon, medyo mahirap, no? Kung akit ka ng ligaw, at sa panahon ngayon, kailangan mo na artificial.
Nang?
Artificial.
Oh.
Swab test.
Ay, uswab this bago pa. Paano kung may
5K yun. 5K. Gagastos ka muna ng 5K, makakakit ka ng ligaw. Okay.
Bagay.
Di ba? Oo.
Yeah. Paano kung may kumatok ng doorbell? Ay, may binibisita po.
Ha? Sino may sakit?
Grabe. Okay. Thanks for that question. Next is, why is it hard for parents to admit that sometimes we're right and then the argument continues? Like, as the um as kids, parang syempre may mga argument na
Okay.
parang perspective, bigyan mo sila ng perspective.
Perspective. Okay. Ito na sasabihin ko. Your parents might not be always right. Okay? Yun ang totoo na. Okay? Your parents will not be always right. but always listen to your parents and discern what's.
True.
Kasi ang hirap di ba? I mean, okay, kasi ganito yan there's some sort of a lot of disconnect between parents and children. Nandiyan ang generation gap, nandiyan ang, change in times. Okay? So, ang dami, no? So, let's not go there. But here's the thing. If you're really looking at something what is right and what is wrong, okay? Ang parents mo kasi, or parents natin, may marami na pagdaanan yan. Okay? Na sa pananaw nila, alam nila, tama, in most cases, they are. In most cases. But not always. Right? Sabi ko nga kanina, una pa lang, bungad pa lang, you have to make your own mistakes. Diba? But then again, what is right, it's not hard for a parent to admit, I would say, na mali ako. Because deep within, sa sarili nila, alam naman nila mali sila. Pero pag tama sila, sinasabi din nila sa'yo na tama ako. You have to listen to that. And to yourself, i-discern mo, alamin mo. Tama ba yung sinabi na?
Yeah, minsan as kids, kasi minsan parang as children din, minsan may mga times din talaga na since, there's a lot of things factoring in the argument. Like, iba yung panahon nyo, iba yung paano kayo pinalaki, gano'n, tas iba na ngayon, tas siguro it just comes with also discerning, di ba, when you're in a heated argument or like when amidst an argument, parang it's not about the problem na, it's about who's going to win the argument. Di ba minsan kasi may ganun. So siguro I think that's where this question is rooting from.
Yeah.
But siguro as a child, as a child din, parang minsan din may mga times lang talaga na just really be the one who's going to be patient kasi ayaw mo na ding mag-exert ng more energy. Alam niyo, Daddy, kasi alam basta ganun.
Totoo naman yun, no? Na kailangan
Minsan
mo
ikaw
rin
na yung
talaga.
mag-give way na
Yeah.
parang, okay, let's just stop the argument. Kasi wala na siyang pinatutunguhan. It's not about the argument anymore. But it's more of like who's going to win the argument. So, I guess it's like a discernment for children and parents alike. Na minsan ikaw na yung mas naging impatient, sige na, okay na, ayoko na. Ganon. So, minsan siguro in a relationship, you're going to kind of know when to stop. Parang ganun. Kasi hindi na siya productive. Na parang nadadala niyo lang din sa mga susunod na situation.
Pwede
So,
kong
yeah.
dugtungan yung tanong?
Para sa, sige,
Hindi
anong
naman kailangan
question?
sagutin. You answer it to yourself.
Okay.
I mean, the question is, why is it hard for parents to admit that they're not right?
That they're, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll throw you back the question. What if your parents would think, but why is it so hard for you, my child, to admit that you're wrong?
Yeah, it's actually a good perspective.
Right? But I'll tell you a story, one short one. Okay. When your kuya was born, sa nursery, isa unang-una pumasok sa isip ko. Nung nakita ko kuya mo, lahat na sinabi ng tatay ko, tama.
Yun lang. Like, lahat.
Na marami sinabi ang dad ko, your lolo would say, malalaman mo lang to pag ikaw na naging ama.
Yeah, I guess we would go through that.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah. So, I guess nagpa-factor in din yung perspective and experience and all of these things in an argument. So, yun talaga. Siguro if to give you a concrete answer, minsan talaga ikaw na lang mas magiging patient.
I mean, whoever, no? The parents
Yeah.
would be patient to stop the argument because you're coming from two separate ends, right? Because a parent would think that the same thing. No? Why is it, hard to admit that you're wrong?
True. Okay. Next question. What is your dream?
Dream. Ay, naku, nakuha ko na pangarap ko.
Oo.
Sa nanay mo.
Oo. Okay, guys, masyado na nga. Kala mo naman me, if you're listening, alam ko.
But,
Kinikilig.
I'll just give you a perspective of dream. Your dream, never stop dreaming. Never stop giving yourself that pangarap na maabot. And then you do every day one step at a time to reach that pangarap, that dream. I would say ganun. Siguro yun ang pwede kong masabi about that. So if you would ask me, ano yung pangarap ko, unti-unti na natupad ang pangarap ko.
Nasabi mo ba din na natupad na yung pangarap mo now that you're in your young age? Or you feel like parang you still have room for growth?
Yeah. Every day you still have to say to yourself that you have room for growth. Other than moving forward, you never still stop from learning. You should never stop from learning. Yung pangarap at this point in time, siguro, I mean, I would say there are few things that I would still like to do.
Yeah.
Okay? But generally, nandun naman na eh. No? Nandun naman na. What is there for me to ask for?
Wow.
Yeah. Palagi ko naman,
Okay. So, next question. Life lesson you wish you knew earlier. It's like the same question earlier, the advice you want to give to your younger self,
Mhm.
but more of like, what is something that you wish you knew earlier? So probably you could have done better in this situation.
Actually, hindi ko siguro masabi na I should have knew it
Known.
earlier.
Yeah.
Na sana na nalaman ko mas maaga. Siguro late ko lang naintindihan or late ko lang na-appreciate or maybe late ko lang din na na gumawa ng bagay para doon. Siguro yun if there is a life lesson, well, life is short. You only live once. Malalim ang ibig sabihin nun.
Wow.
Life is short, you only live once. Of course, you only live in this world once. Life is short, yes. Because you never know kung kailan.
When did you realize? I mean, was
Okay.
there a point na you realized na life is really short? What age did you realize that?
Siguro at my 30s maybe.
So you wish
Kasi
you knew.
the first phase of your life would be, diba? Learn, and then sunod dyan is, you expand, no? You have to gain experience and so on. You're too busy, no? At your age right now, you're too busy to think that, akala mo matatapos ang buhay, no? Bukas, no? You will never think of that. But then again, if you're there already seeing yung bigger picture of life, you will see, ang dami ko pala na-miss.
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
it's not until the pandemic that I realized to kind of like stop and live in the moment. I mean, it might sound cliche, but
Yeah.
I feel like pre-pandemic, I've always been in this space where my mind was in the future. I was always looking forward to something, always looking forward to doing this accountability and having the anxiousness for it kahit hindi pa siya nangyayari. So I have a lot of dreams that I want to achieve, and I feel like my life wasn't really happening until I go to that point in my life.
Mm.
So parang I wasn't really, hindi naman completely not, but a part of me was living in the future. It's kind of like I want to be in this point and I want to be in this point already so I could be happy. Parang ganun. But then now when everything's just uncertain, we don't even know if we're going to reach that point.
True.
So I realized na parang okay lang kahit for today lang. Like for today, tapusin ko lang yung kailangan kong gawin. And yeah, I mean, I realized na I have to live in the present.
Yeah.
It might sound cliche, but aren't cliches for a reason?
Sabi nga, di ba? Let tomorrow worry itself.
True. Yeah.
Right? So don't worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry itself.
Yaan mo muna. True. Kasi lahat naman yan magko-contribute into where you're going to be eventually.
Yeah.
So, ngayon ko lang din pandemic natutunan yan. Okay. Next question. Have I ever truly disappointed you? Yeah.
Have I truly disappointed?
Have I ever
You.
truly disappointed you?
Okay. Now let's put the perspective muna of disappointment. How would you really say that you are really disappointed? Sometimes you're disappointed with not with the person but with the situation or with the act that's being done at that moment. Okay. You can hate the act, right? Or the action,
But not the person.
but not the person.
Yeah.
So maybe siguro yun ang sagot. No? I may not have you, no. I would say no. Maybe some things, little things that you did, yeah, maybe, but not you.
Okay. Okay, next question. Feeling mo daw ba 50, feeling ba niya 50 na siya? Or age is just a number?
Ito yung malimit ko sinasabi about age or anything about. Eh? What do you mean by anything about? Anything about you, yourself, okay, your weight, your ano. Okay? Okay, sige,
Your
let's
physique.
take age. Age is like mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter.
Kainis.
Okay? Parang weight, no? Weight. Your weight
Mm.
is mind over matter. Your age, right? Your wealth. You- So, yun lang yan. Hmm.
Okay. Sige. It's just mind over matter.
Yes. It's mind over
Okay,
matter.
so here's the greetings that you guys sent to me or to my mom and
Ayan,
via
oh. Ngayon pala,
Instagram that
papasalamat na ako kung sino man yung mga nag-greet. Ayan.
okay. So from Tita Jean, hey
Uy, from
Mr.
Canada. Yeah.
from Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, hey Mr. Golden Gentleman, happiest birthdays, Jay. May God continue to bless you with 50 plus more years of good health, joy, love, and success in all that you do. May you stay hopeful, kind, and patient. Have a fantastic quarantine birthday. Cheers. Ito from Tita Ray
Mm-hmm.
Gallardo.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, paring Jay. How does it feel like to be 50? Nagulat ako, 50 ka na pala for me, and you still look like 49. God bless you, pray more blessings to you and your family. Stay safe.
Likewise, sa mga kumpare ko.
Ay, wait lang. May additional question pa pala.
Yeah.
What is your top 3 memories of New York City? Oh, I miss New York. Top 3
Top
daw.
3.
From Ninong Anton.
Top 3. Okay, one. First, of course, Ninong Anton, no? Siya, because he lives in New York. No? Okay? Because I never really had, spend much time with him. Whenever I'm in New York, yun lang, no? Whenever we are in New York, yun lang. No? Because he left like during college and, never came back. So yun. Second would be, of course, yung sights, no? Okay? Siguro, I love high places. Eh. So, yung The Rock, I like it better than the Empire State
Yeah.
Building.
True.
Yeah.
Sobrang underrated nun. Kasi sa Empire State,
Yeah.
parang Divisoria.
Oh, yeah.
Sobrang,
So, I
hindi
would
sulit for
appreciate
me.
if guys we would given a chance that you go to New York. Okay, it's not that I would say don't go to the Empire State Building. I'm just saying,
Yeah, mas sulit sa The
mas
Rock.
sulit. You
True.
would see
The view better.
the view, the panoramic view of New York City.
Alam ko na yung
Yung third, ano,
shopping ng
no,
relo.
no.
Hindi
Grand
shopping ng
Central.
relo?
No. The Grand Central. Yeah.
Ah.
Ang ganda na, para ka talagang, I was looking for the Ninja Turtles there.
Oh?
Superman,
Kala ko
Spider-Man.
naman.
Kasi lahat ng scene nandun, di ba?
Yeah.
I mean, every movie scene was, I mean,
Most
most,
movies
right?
are shot in New York.
Yeah. So, meron talaga nung Grand Central Station
True.
where in nandun yung clock, di ba?
Siguro yung pinakamagandang part ng New York where you feel like you're a
in
part
New
of
York.
a movie.
Yeah, you're part of a
Iba
movie.
yung iba yung pag naglalakad ka lang tapos feel mo nasa movie ka.
Diba?
Like you're part of Friends or marami pang movies set there. So yeah, feel ko yun yung isa sa mga pinakamagandang part ng
And a lot more, no? There's Central Park. There's Empire State Building. There's the Liberty Island. There's a lot, no? But
Sobrang
then
dami.
again, di ba? It's not the place.
The people.
It's who you with.
Wow,
Yeah.
akala mo
Yeah, di ba?
naman. Ay, sige na nga.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
that time na nandun ako, kasama ko asawa.
Yeah, and yung family in general. So, from Tito Patrick Tarandang, Happy Golden Life Anniversary pre. Medyo nag-flashback muna tayo sa panahon ng 90s. And malamang nasa bahay na tayo ngayon at nagiinom at namumulutan ng hipon.
Kaya lang, di na siya makainom.
Ayun lang.
Yeah.
Ay, bawal nga daw pala. Say
Yeah,
yun. And
oo.
namumulutan nga ba tayo dati or puro inom lang? Grabe, how time flies, no? Batang-bata pa kami nun. Pero ikaw, may edad ka na talaga dati, pre. Hehe, joke lang. Matagal na din ang pinagsamahan natin ng mga couplings at madami na tayong napagdaanan. Pero ang hindi ko makakalimutan ay yung nadinig natin si Jamie. Okay, hindi ko na itutuloy.
Okay na, okay na, okay na.
Alam mo na yun. Hi, Ninong. Okay, tawa na.
Alam ko na, alam ko na.
Ang hirap daw kasi mag-isip ng message. But, Tito wants to say happy birthday. And I've always looked up to you as my older brother, literally. And maraming salamat sa mga words of wisdom
Sige,
mo. Lalo
i-push
na
nyo
pag...
pa talaga yung older brother niya. Ha? Sige daw.
Salamat daw sa words of wisdom. Lalo na sa pagdating sa mga chicks. Idol ka daw.
Teka,
Idol
mukhang hindi
kita.
yata ako yun.
Mali
Sino yan?
ata.
Sino yan? Sino yan?
Si Tito Patrick.
Hindi. Pre, umaming ka na. Hindi ako yun.
Nililipat sa'yo.
Hindi ako yun. Okay.
Okay,
Turo ko ng turo. Baki kay Manuno.
Stay healthy and happy. Ingat lagi. Kay Juvie.
Yeah.
Ayun. So, from ano naman? From Tita Joy. Hindi, ito pala, question muna from her. How does it feel to be 52 yet celebrating your 50th birthday?
Firstly, hindi ako yung 52, si Tita Joy.
Ay, na-reveal!
Alright?
Na-reveal.
So,
Okay.
yun yun. Okay? So, hindi ako yun, siya yun. Alright?
Censored. Okay, ito yung message from Tita Joy. We met 1988 after our campus singing contest. You were 20 years old while I was turning 18 then. And
Baliktad.
And
Baliktad.
pa
Baliktad.
nating tatlo ni Ricky noon. And honestly and seriously, I thank God for blessing Ricky with a friend who became like a brother he never had. Someone who is so selfless, hardworking, witty, caring, cool, funny, and generous, even in sharing your thoughts, feelings, and creative ideas. Our families instantly embraced you as a part of ours because of your charm and genuine heart. Wow. And now, after so many years and kilos after, we continue to treasure the moments of fun, adventures, milestones, trials, sorrows, and warnings we shared with you and your beautiful family. We thank our Lord for still giving us each other in continuing our life's journey despite this pandemic. Social distancing can't keep us apart. Here's to a lifetime friendship. Happiest birthday, Joseph Jonathan. Wow,
Kinumpleto talaga, no? Mare, thank you, ha?
we love you and stay safe and healthy. God bless you and your family always. Yeah. Okay. Last greeting from Ninong Will. Paring J, happy 50th birthday sa kuya ng kuya talaga. Ikaw ba yung oldest D?
With that circle of friends, yes. I would say.
Huh?
Yes. Ay, you're older lang. Grabe naman.
Wala pa naman sa itsura mo ang 50. Mukhang 48 ka. Enjoy your special day with your family. More blessings and good health. Ingat lagi. God bless. Ito, last question for today's episode. Question is, do you have any regrets in life? Would you say? Do you think you could have done better in some things or some areas in your life?
I don't think so.
Walang
Regrets.
regrets.
Yeah.
Okay na. Sige na.
No. I mean, seriously, no. I have no regrets of where am I right now? Because of, babalik ako sa una. Because kung ako nag-regret, I've quit. Or go back there because I will keep on regretting. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, because regrets would mean, nandun yung mga what if. Right? What if ka na, what if, hindi ka na move. Ayan, puro ka what if. So, yeah. Maybe they're, I I mean, hypocrite ako sasabihin kong wala. I would be a hypocrite if I would say I have no regrets. But then again, it's that it's for me not to maybe linger on that anymore.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
there's no point regretting.
I
You did,
remember tuloy this quote na parang hindi mo ba mas tinataya lahat kapag hindi ka sumugal? I feel like every day we're always faced with situations where we would have to decide. So I feel like we can only ever know one outcome out of all of these
yeah.
things. And it's either it's a good outcome that we expect or it's otherwise, diba? Or it doesn't come or it doesn't end up to be a success on what we expected to be. And I feel like it's always just really trying,
Mm-hmm.
putting your best foot forward and hoping na be it would result to an outcome that you want. So parang for me din, ako din actually, parang
Yeah.
masasabi ko din na kasi lahat lahat ng nangyayari sa life mo because yun nga, you never quit. Lahat yun mag-make sense eventually. You became a stronger person. These challenges made you even stronger, di ba? And you have more wisdom. So parang you could say na parang wala ka talaga may regret. Yeah.
Pero magkarugtong yun, ha? Yung sila
Yun
mga
lang
sinabi
eh.
ko kanina. Don't quit, keep moving forward. Okay? You'll never go wrong in doing something good.
True.
Okay? Ang magkarugtong yun.
Okay. So
Alright.
that wraps up our episode for today. Do you have any last words?
No, yeah, well, siguro, I'd like to thank you to sa mga tao nag-video.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Alright, for those
And
people
for
that
those
did.
who asked some
Yeah.
questions, yun lang. Di
Yun
wala
lang po.
Okay, thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for watching, listening to this episode. I hope you got a few things out of this podcast episode. And if you want more of these episodes, you could always visit Spotify or YouTube or Apple Podcasts for this Sunday's podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you're staying safe.